What's up guys, welcome back. Today we are testing out the brand new Morphe Liquid Foundation. It was $18 and they came out with 16 shades. I have the shade F1.90. I didn't think the shade was gonna work for me just because the undertones are a little bit different than what I usually go for, but it actually worked out pretty well. This is a matte foundation. It's full coverage, waterproof, transfer resistant, and sweat proof, and it's also free of fragrances, parabens, and oils. They also do claim that this foundation is good for all skin types, so if you guys are new here, I know I say this all the time, but I do have very oily skin. I get some dry patches around my acne, and I obviously have acne prone skin, I have sensitive skin, and I have rosacea, so it's definitely a little bit difficult for me to find foundations that work good on my skin. I do post tons of foundation reviews, so if this is something that you guys are interested in, please subscribe to my channel, and if you guys want to know how this foundation works out on my skin, then just keep on watching. I'm going to start off by priming my face. I'm using the Dr. Brandt Pores No More primer, and I didn't know that Morphe actually had primers. Otherwise, I would have gotten one to test it out today with this. But since I just have this, I'm only going to be putting it on half of my face, only because if the foundation doesn't work well with this primer, I want to be able to tell if it's the primer or the foundation. So I will be leaving this side of my face blank from primer just to see how the foundation is going to work on its own. And then we'll go right into the foundation. I have the shade F1.90. Now I will say I picked this up in store and it was actually kind of hard to find my shade even though they do have 60 shades. I'm just going to be dotting this around and then blending it out with my Morphe sponge. Blends out really, really easily. There's no tug to it at all. Actually, the shade works really well. It's pretty light, but it does match my neck. Okay, so this is with one pretty light layer. It covered up most of my redness. I can still see a little bit of redness on my cheek area, and it feels really lightweight also, so I'm gonna add a little bit more, see how this wants to build up, just over the areas where I wanna cover a little bit more. It's also looking very matte too, and it's drying down pretty quick. It's building up really nicely, although I still can see a little bit of redness on my cheek right here. So I'm going to go in with a tiny bit more, just a little bit. So it's definitely buildable, but I don't want to go in with any more. I still could use a little bit more to get it to super full coverage, but it did cover up basically everything. I can just see a little tiny bit of redness, but I'm just being picky. This side is a little bit more problematic, so we'll see about that. I don't know, something irritated my skin. I usually never get acne on my cheek area. I usually only get hormonal acne. I don't know if it was the Hourglass foundation or I don't know. I don't think I used anything else different, but I definitely had a reaction to something. But anyways, so just looking at the foundation right now, I will say it's very matte and it is kind of making my skin look dry. It is already creasing in my smile line right here. Okay, so let's move on to the other side of the face. I'm gonna be using a brush on this side. I'm using a Morphe Y6. And I just wanna see if this is gonna make any difference. Oh, yeah, we're getting a lot more coverage with the brush. Okay, so you obviously do get way more coverage using a brush. The sponge, since it does have water, it kind of picks up a little bit more of the product or absorbs more of it. So I definitely won't have to go in with another layer on this side. Yeah, that covered up everything. But this side actually looks, this side looks a lot drier actually. Okay, so using the brush, like I just said, gave me more coverage, but I don't really like the way that looks on my skin. It looks actually pretty, yeah, it looks really dry and textured. So I'm running over it with my sponge. I'm gonna try and pick some of that product up and just smooth it out, which is weird because I usually actually like my foundations better when I apply it with a brush. Oh man, yeah, that does not look good. The side that I used the primer on and my beauty blender definitely looks a lot better. I think on this side, it honestly gave a little bit too much coverage and it picked up a little bit too much product and it just seems to be enhancing a lot more. I don't know, it looks really, really dry though. My forehead looks super dry. It's already creasing in the little lines in my forehead and it's kind of clinging to these little dry patches I have. My chin, I think, looks the worst. It looks really, really bad over this dry patch I have over this little clump of pimples right here. I feel like my skin is just too textured for this. Yikes. Okay, well, I'm gonna finish up my makeup. Hopefully, once I finish it up, it'll start looking a little bit better. I can't get over how dry my skin looks. I mean, I have really oily skin. This is weird. So I'm just gonna finish up my makeup quick. I'm using Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light for my concealer. Oh my gosh, the concealer, it's literally picking up the foundation. What is going on? Oh my gosh. It is completely taking the foundation off right here. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna set my face with the Too Faced Peach Perfect Setting Powder. Okay, I'm dipping into the Urban Decay Naked Skin Ship Shifter. I'm taking the shade right here. Contour with that. I'm gonna bronze up a little bit using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. The brush I'm using is a Morphe M527. Guys, I don't even think I can keep this on. Usually my forehead is the best looking part on my face, and it looks so dry right now. It literally aged me like 15 years. Why does this have to happen when I was gonna film 3 videos today. I wasn't even gonna do a foundation review, but I figured I might as well, since I'm gonna be getting ready anyways. I have a Sephora haul planned to film and an empties video to film today, and I can't film with my skin looking like this. Foundation has totally just transferred off already. You see that? Taking the Morphe 8W palette, and I'm gonna be mixing these 2 shades together. Using the Hourglass Vanish Champagne Flash Stick Highlighter. Just gonna use a little bit because the texture on my face is super enhanced right now, and highlight is only gonna make it worse. I'm gonna run over that highlighter with the Ofra Cosmetics Star Island highlighter, just a little bit. I'm gonna finish off my lower lash line with this shade right here. It's Cherry Cola from Makeup Geek, and this is a Morphe M507 brush. I'm gonna stamp in some black shadow down here. And then lining my waterline with the Milk Makeup Longwear Gel Eyeliner. This is the black one. I've never used this before, so let's see how it goes. Ooh, that's super creamy. Little mascara on my lower lash line. This is the Sephora Outrageous Curl Mascara. For lip liner, I'm using the Colourpop Aquarius lip liner. And then to go on top of that, I'm using Soft Touch lipstick by Anastasia. And then I'm gonna set my face on with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. All right, well, it does look a little bit better now with everything done, but I still don't think it looks good. It looks really heavy and cakey in the corners of my nose. I'm sure you guys can see this on camera, but it totally picked up the foundation when I put concealer on, and you can see my little breakout here on my cheek. My forehead looks horrible. Usually I always like foundations on my forehead, but it looks super, super dry. It's creasing in my lines, and something else kind of weird is happening. So it did pick up the foundation right here also when I put concealer on, but it's also like, I don't know, it looks really dark where all of my pores are, which is very weird. I did exfoliate this morning, so that definitely should not be happening, but it just looks like it's clinging to my pores. It looks very dry over this dry patch right here on my chin. It's also settling a little bit in my smile lines right here. I don't know, I just feel like it looks really heavy and textured on my cheeks. I am gonna keep going with this though. It's currently 2:55. I know it's pretty late in the day to be doing a foundation wear test, but I was not planning on doing this video right now. I was planning on doing my Sephora haul, so I did get a little bit of a late start, but I will call time at 3 o'clock. Maybe once my natural oils start to come through the foundation, it won't look so dry and feel so dry. I'm just gonna quickly do a flash test to see if this is gonna give a flashback. All right, so I did not get any flashback, which is good. So I'm just gonna check back in a couple hours and show you guys how the foundation is holding up. So I will see you guys in a little bit. It's 7:45 now. It has been 5 hours and the foundation is not looking any better. I mean, I'm not really oily. It definitely is controlling my oils. I'm a little bit shiny on my forehead, but for being 5 hours, I'm definitely not as oily as I usually am in other foundation reviews, but my skin looks so dry. I can't deal with the dryness. It looks like it's transferring off a little bit on my nose, not like in clumps, but my nose just looks red, and it just looks really, really dry on my chin. It's not like creasing in my smile lines, but it's settling in them. The corners of my nose look awful. It looks super cakey in the corners of my nose. My forehead still looks very dry, but oily at the same time, which is just so bizarre. It looks like it's starting to separate on my upper lip, and oh, I can't, like, I don't even want to be like showing my skin right now because it looks so, it is just not looking good. And I know I said this a little bit earlier, but I feel like it's aging me. It is making my skin look so much older. It's bringing out lines that I didn't even know I had, even when I smile, there's all these little lines down here. Just for the sake of the video, I am gonna keep going with my wear test just so you guys can see how it's gonna hold up on my skin throughout the day. So like I said, it has been 5 hours and I'm going out to dinner right now, so I'm not very happy that I have to go looking like this. Yeah, I don't know. I will check back in with you guys when I'm home and show you guys what it looks like after a full day of wear. And yeah, so I will see you guys then. It's 12:30 now, so it's been almost 10 hours, 9.5 hours, and it looks so bad. I was hoping that when my natural oils would start to come through the foundation, it would kind of take away that dryness, but it definitely did not. It actually looks way worse now that my oils have come through. I cannot deal with how horrible my skin looks right now. It just looks so bad. It looks so textured. I have not seen my skin look this bad in months. And I mean, you can literally go back to the foundation review that I filmed 2 days ago, the Hourglass one, and see the difference my skin looks like. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on. The foundation is completely separating and breaking up on my chin, my upper lip, my cheeks. It's transferring off. I don't even want to do a close-up right now. Like, that's how bad my skin looks. It just makes me not even want to show you guys. But I will, obviously. So yeah, I definitely think my chin looks the absolute worst out of everything on my face. I'd say my forehead probably looks the best, and my forehead doesn't even look good. My cheeks look horrible. Every single pore, every single little bump, fine line, wrinkle, everything that I have is completely enhanced right now. Hi.
What's up with that makeup?
I know.
It looks like you have wrinkles all over your face.
Well, hope you guys could hear that, but I mean, if Kyle can tell through a FaceTime camera how bad my skin looks right now without me even saying anything, that definitely says something. So sadly, this foundation did not work out for me, and I will not be wearing this again, which really sucks because I had high hopes for this foundation. I was really excited to try it out, but I hope you guys liked this video and I hope it helped you guys out. Again, if you have any suggestions for me for other foundations to review, please let me know and I will definitely get around to doing those. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.